Anders, you got to take this one.
Are you not talking to me, Henry? What's wrong?
No, I'm not talking to you, Richard. I'm
My
upset.
bad. Friendship ruined, of course.
Yeah, live on air.
Fridge has been burned. I love
Have
it.
a good one, guys. Love you.
Thanks, Richard. I can't wait for this game. I still am really hyped up about G2. I'm a little bit disappointed because I had G2 and Na'Vi as my 3-0, and they obviously played each other, so that was a bit rough for me.
Yeah.
But I think G2 are going to go real far in this tournament. I'm excited. We're on Anubis, ready to go. And Cloud9 going to be starting on the CT side with G2 on that T side.
Yeah, let's turn up the heat for this one, Anders. G2 up against a three-man stack here towards middle. Cloud9 exploring their options. It's all quite subdued right now, but G2 are going to be posturing outside the A bomb site. They have a smoke for heaven, a flashbang over the top, and that might be as simple as that. But Hooksy's going to be exploring the dark room at the very least, waiting for any initial CT aggression, but not much to report so far there. Cloud9 squad are inquisitive. They're moving around as a wolf pack.
Yeah, I think this kind of a start to Anubis on the CT side is going to be more and more popular as we go on because it's so flexible, right? You could go pretty quickly to the A bomb side, a little bit less quick to the B bomb side maybe, but either way, you're going to be able to adjust to whatever the T's are doing. G2, though, they've elected for their side to wait around and kind of see what's happening here. A flash, or actually a deep smoke there. Flash is going to be coming up next just to try and see if they get it done. Only Hobbit here. You need at least the kill to set up the retake. That's not going to happen. Nico, he is the master of those narrow angles. It's so disgusting.
It's going to be so difficult to retake now. You had 4 players at the A bomb site. G2 helped themselves to be bomb planted. A 5 versus 4. You got Nico set up as a turret here towards B main. And at this point, it looks like it's a done deal. There is no defuse kit in play, and we'll see if Cloud9 can do anything with this.
3 people in dark here. They're trying to see if they can dig them out, but there are just going to be more and more people here. You won't expect it. Boomich and Electronic left, and they're not going to be able to do anything at all in that round. All it took was that opening kill, and I think the round was almost lost by then.
Yeah, an interesting approach there from Cloud9. 4 players just grouped up, moving as a mobile unit around the bomb site, and then, yeah, it was B that was wide open. 1 clean kill from Nico on that P250. And the floodgates opened. A very convincing round. Cloud9 limp into number 2 here. I doubt we see a force buy on Anubis, and considering they got almost 0 kills there, we are just going to see USPs across the board. A single flashbang to enable them some sort of swing, and hopefully keep G2 modest. That's the best they can really hope for here. In terms of the G2 setup, we've got ourselves a couple of Galils, a couple of MAC-10s, and just waiting for any sort of aggression to kick things off. You can see a nice flat default across the map here as they start to explore the options over towards Darkroom.
Molotov, they flashed their way through, but a MAC-10 on the other side, and Hooksy having an absolute meal out there. 3 kills with the MAC-10, that's so much money that he's picked up. And Electronic, lone survivor only for a second, even a MAC-10 kill of a Hunter on the 5th player there, so that's a lot of money being made on that T side.
Tons of moolah, Anders. And we're pretty much clean sheets so far. It's going to mean we've got a bonus round here with the Galils and the MAC-10s. Cloud9 needs to be on high alert. They need to make sure they have some helmets in the mix. Electronic will go without. Same story for Axal as well, and Boomich. So this makes them very squishy, very fragile to these fast pocket strats that could be coming through in this sort of round. Number 3 is going to be a difficult one to handle here. Cloud9 with their work cut out for them. It's going to be a B-side lean as well. We've got 3 players and the bomb outside B main. Initial utility, a lurk smoke at B main. And Hooksy once again getting closer and closer towards Dark. It's Hobbit on the other side, who does have a helmet, just to note against Hooksy.
Yeah, it's going to be critical for him.
That's that lurk smoke.
Sneaking on through, it is that lurk smoke, and it's still the SMG and the Galil doing so much work. The reload, Perfecto just standing still, hoping that he was going to find a little bit of peace behind that smoke, but it's not the case at all. Round is already lost here. G2, they are doing excellent work at the start of this Anubis map.
Yeah, that's the perfect call from Hooksy there. That's all you want to see. You've got the bonus rounds, you want to have a pocket strat, you want to be causing chaos, pushing smokes. Like we said, that lurk smoke just in the CT side of B main. Throw a few flashes over, Molotov towards the temple position and make your way through. And Hooksy actually wanting to duel against Hobbit as well. Like we said, he had the helmet. He straight up won it. And that's going to be another convincing one. Cloud9, pretty poor start here. This is the 1-1 bracket, just to note that. We had an amazing game for G2 yesterday against Furia. We commentated that one. It was 13-3. They absolutely battered them. Then went on to lose to former G2 in-game leader Alexi B. That was Na'Vi, of course, 13-11. Cloud9 taking down Ecstatic 13-3, and then met their maker in the form of Team Spirit. That was 13-7. So, important game here.
I think in that game yesterday, Furia were allowed maybe 8 kills in the first 8 or 9 rounds. Like, as a team as a whole, they just could get nothing done.
Well, G2 were on like 8-0 before Furia could even post a round. But it could be a similar sort of story here. Cloud9 are looking pretty weak. Weird pistol round for them, that 4-man approach. You don't really see that too often. They have gone for somewhat of an investment here. We've got a couple of M4s, and we'll see whether this does anything for them. Some utility. A couple of Deagles in the mix. 3-0. Bear in mind, it's a very T-sided affair here on Anubis. Quite par for the course, losing the pistol. This can happen. Got a boost behind that obelisk in the B bomb site right now.
Would have been nice for Cloud9 to get that early round, though. Now they're going to have to try and see if they can make do with a couple of Deagle sprinkled into the mix. Axile traded right away, and there is someone hiding back there. It's Electronic, and they're not quite checking it. Hunter kind of didn't trust his intuition. He had the right idea. If he would have committed to the check, he probably would have had the kill as well. 3 versus 3, and it should be another bomb plant here, this time at the A-bomb site. So they're testing everything on the map right now, which I think is really great. Making Cloud9 uncomfortable everywhere, although, I say that, Boomich finding a headshot right on top of the smoke, I think.
Here we go then, Anders. This retake is looking quite likely. They've got the man advantage, but not for long. Nexa will snatch it away. Back to the 2 versus 2. Nice shot from Odyssey. That should be it, as Nexa will maintain the crossfire. And it's G2 posting yet another round here on the T side of Anubis. It was the best chance we've had so far for Cloud9. They managed to get a couple of opening frags, but unable to hold on.
If they would have had a better economy in that round, they would have maybe also had a Molotov to burn out Monacy back there. If they didn't have any other retake grenades that you would have needed, even when they had the 2-on-3 there. So that's what made it a little bit tricky, because there are no flashes coming through, no Molotov on here. Like, there's just no grenades to be thrown from Cloud9. So it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Now they do have the AWP, and it's on Boomich.
Yeah, bear in mind, this is a best of 1 if you weren't aware. Day 2 of the Elimination Stage. So far, so good for G2. Clean sheet, 4-0. First time we're going to see the Boomich AWP here from round number 5.
Yeah, it's been a topic of conversation for quite a bit. And it's only going to get more relevant when now you're playing up against somebody like Monacy.
Yeah, a true AWPer as well. A guy who's not really a hybrid like everyone else is dabbling with. He's kind of a full-time sniper. That's going to be a real nuisance. As Hooksy leading the charge in towards camera. This is fast-paced. Electronic fending them off, showing some strong form. Good double kill. And Axel will chime in as well. It's a 4-on-2 in favor of Cloud9. Can they hold on? Boomich certainly seems to think so.
A lot was riding on who was going to get that entry. And it was double for Electronic. That is huge. All right. Don't want to be hunting Monacy too much, although Axel will make it work. But I was going to say, he is the kind of player that can find his way out of that kind of situation if you really keep throwing bodies at him. Nice round, a bit of confidence going their way. I think Cloud9 will be happy with it. And maybe especially Electronic. We saw his stats at the start of it looking rough.
Yeah, this is an important double kill for him. Great positioning as well. They're very aware as to what was being presented. Boomich maintaining the A-main control as well. Axel to close things out. First round for Cloud9, pretty clean one as well. Difficult to find these rounds on the CT side, so they'll take that all day long. Money is nice and established at this point. They've got an AK-47 for Axel as well. Monacy patrolling towards the dark room.
Okay, clearing out a little bit in front of it. So that's going to get cancelled right away. It's a really good timed Molotov. Means they can't really go and check everything they maybe wanted to. See here. Couple of stray shots to the smoke, but it's Hobbit on the other side, and he's going to play it a little bit more safely.
Yeah, very nice incendiary. Makes things uncomfortable for Hooksy. The follow-up HE as well should connect nicely. Good swing. Hobbit Electronic working in tandem from that dark room. Find a double kill. completely shut down the efforts of G2 here. We've got a 5-on-3 scenario, and Axel continues to apply the pressure, pushing out of A main. Nico seems to be very aware of it, though. Not his best work on the AK. Must have been looking at the radar or something, I'm not sure. Quite slow to react.
I was going to say that definitely looked like someone who was looking on a teammate's monitor. Could have been the radar as well, but something that people forget when you're playing on LAN is you can look over to your teammates, right? So you don't have to ask them where they are. And sometimes when you're in the middle of doing that, well, maybe you just get peeked. Looked like that was what happened here. Hunter and Monacy, they cannot win this round, I think, but they can make it expensive. If they can get another couple of kills, I mean, it's still something to play with. They're swiftly running out of time, and they've got to be a little bit careful now. They've got to be wondering if it's even worth going for. Looked like they wanted to try for the damage, and now they've elected instead to try and save the rifles. Risky as well if they get hunted down. Look at how boxed in they are. I'd feel a bit uncomfortable here.
1 second remaining. Monacy will maintain his life and the AWP. Hobbit, definitely worth a little hunt there, but it looks like we'll have 2 players surviving on the G2 side. So not all is lost, but a very effective approach there from Cloud9, managing to get that double swing. Applying the pressure with the utility from Darkroom. 2 kills found with the rifles and shutting down any sort of approach in towards this B bomb site. This was the maneuver. Very nicely done. Axel can't believe his luck that Nico wasn't ready for that sort of swing. And it's going to be an eco. I guess it's quite early days here. 4-2 up. And just going to be investing with some upgraded pistols here. That's about it. Run boost from Monacy. Good lord, he's taking a lot of damage. Surely can't go into the flames once again. Waiting for a chance to strike, but Hobbit seems to be aware. As the smoke goes down, he'll once again find success from Dark.
That looked like something that Cloud9 have seen before, because otherwise, why would you throw that early of a Molotov there if you're Hobbit? But it worked perfectly. Without the Molotov, guaranteed. Monacy, he continues to pressure that one. Axel moving forward, and he's reading pretty much every single engagement perfectly. He knows what's coming next.
I'm liking his confidence from Axel. He's using his teammates' calls and understanding the situations he's in, pushing in towards A main, funneling them towards the B bomb site time and time again. And now Boomich, he will be tested, and this could be problematic as nexa looking for a triple kill on the Desert Eagle. He's not going to convert it, but they have done some serious damage towards B. Might not be quite enough though. Hooksy left 3 versus 1, and all the hype starts to deflate. Still a moment of danger there for Cloud9. 3 in a row.
There was. I wonder, did Electronic just spam him down without even seeing him through the smoke? That looked like he didn't even make it through. Regardless, could have been a bomb plant if that didn't happen, I think. Would have been interesting.
Well, here we go. Cloud9 on their feet, established on the CT side.
It's great to see them wake up. It's about time. They were really getting blanked at the beginning, a 4-0 lead. But now Cloud9...
And even with the eco in the previous, the money's still pretty unstable. Hunter's down to a Tech 9. Aggressive, of course. Axel, full send to the top of middle. Finds Nico once again. Absolutely bamboozles him. As Monacy will pull one back, and that's through the smoke. I don't know how he's pulled that one off.
That's so ridiculous. Axel was so keenly aware that if he fell back, he was going to get sniped by Monacy every single time. So they call in the backup, they throw the smoke to escape, and somehow it means nothing at all to Monacy. I actually can't understand that.
Here we go then. This has been a very active CT campaign for Cloud9. I'm enjoying it. It's aggressive, it's fun, and Perfecto gets a face full of lead toward the double doors. Hooksy not wasting any time deploying the smoke towards the temple side of middle, and that's going to be a full A commitment, Anders, and it's wide open. So open runway here to get the bomb planted. I don't think you even consider this retake.
No. I mean, the MP9 can lurk around if you want to try and find a little bit more, maybe find a rifle somewhere else, but the AK and the AWP, way too valuable right now for Cloud9.
What a wild way to kick things off there.
I mean, the thing is, Axel didn't even jump early on the smoke. He actually waited for it to fully pop, I think, before he jumped. So just the internal clock of Monacy able to pick that one up. Also, nice entry for Hooksy. You got to give him credit for that one. Taking down Perfecto, that was pretty smooth. A little bit of a slower start for Perfecto. He's 1 and 5. We'll give a little bit of more of a lead here. 5-3 in favor of G2.
Oh, Hobbit. I'm not sure you'll be getting multiple kills here. Hooksy will take him down. The hunt has been called. Boomich and Electronic holding on to the AWP and the AK-47. Should have at least a buy available to them, but that's G2 bouncing back now, breaking the Cloud9 streak. Good call from Hooksy after getting those couple of kills in towards middle. Fast smoke down, and what a shot that was from Axel. But Monacy, I had no idea how he even finds that kill, but
what a ridiculous figure.
Sublime timing. Perhaps fortunate, but we'll take it all day long. 5-3, we're getting to the closing stages of this first half, the best of one, round 9. Cloud9 will have, like we said, a pretty decent buy regardless after saving 2 weapons. Lay down towards T-steps. Smoke towards Dark to remove Hobbit's vision. And we're going to have another mid-probe here. Nico and Hooksy working together. They'll have a flashbang from Odyssey deployed momentarily. And in we go.
Free fire for Electronic. He was flashed as well. He couldn't really see anything. They're trying to fall back, but Nico will find one and they'll trade their way through. It's so worth it for G2. It leaves one player left on the bomb side. It is Boomich with the AWP. We've seen some sequences out of him. Obviously, the consistency is not there. But this round, if he can make it work, that's all they need. 3 versus 3 all of a sudden. Bomb outside of the B bomb site. Hobbit definitely sensing the danger now. Flash to buy a little bit more time, but that's almost the last grenade that Cloud9 have, so a lot of this will be down to whether or not Hobbit can survive this, at least get a kill on somebody. He's so sandwiched in, Henry. I don't think he's going to be able to make it out right now. He's got Perfecto starting to get there, but you can see he's going to get shot in the back. Nexa, the timing could not have been better, and now Perfecto's alone. Boomich can't get there in time. It's so many individual fights. There are no chances for Cloud9 to really refrag anything here.
Oh, Boomich kind of fancies his chances though, Anders. He ain't peeling off just yet. He's going to see what's available to him with this AWP, holding towards the cave to see if anyone will dare overstep the mark. It's a 1 versus 3. Time is of the essence, and it doesn't look like he'll get many opportunities now. And that's going to be it. Well, calm down. I don't think he's going for it.
No, it's just positioning. I mean, you never know if someone's going to be running straight at you. Maybe you get a quick kill, make it a 1 versus 2 at least. But yeah, hiding out in the open here. A 6th round for G2. You mentioned it already. This is a T-sided map, so it is good news for them that they're doing this. I think Cloud9 already carved out a bit of real estate to build something on later on. 3 rounds, you're not celebrating, but you know you're not just going to get wiped out.
Yeah, 1 more would be ideal.
Yes.
Like, it's the most T-sided map we have in the pool. So they can just get 4 rounds. That's enough to work with. They lost a pistol as well. It's a pretty common scoreline. Boomich saves the AWP as well. They've shown some good and promising rounds since they've had the weapons, and we'll see what they can bring out following things up. It's going to be a Cloud9 timeout for now, though.
You know, something that's talked about a lot, especially with Cloud9 having Boomich as the AWPer and having no real sort of main primary AWPer, people end up saying, oh, you know, what about Monacy versus Boomich as an AWP battle? But that usually doesn't happen, right? It's more about the effect on all the riflers that are going to be having. And I mean, for G2, if they feel more safe taking swings, they're not that afraid of Boomich, that's going to have a big impact. It should have a big impact on some of the players, right? I think it's rare that we get the straight up AWP versus AWP battle, even though it's the most hyped up one. But a lot of the time, it's more how it bleeds into the rest of the match, really. Let's
see how Boomich can operate here in round number 10. The bookend of this first half. He has got the AWP still, currently sat on 4 kills, 4 deaths. We'll see him actually make his way in towards the B bomb side this time, holding towards that platform. Of course, Hobbit will be towards the darker position. Incendiary deployed, doesn't dissuade Monacy, and there is the battle, Anders. It will be Boomich coming out on top, 5 on 4. As Hooksy, though, he's in towards Dark, should have this kill no problem, catches Hobbit with a grenade in his hand.
Sick. Great job from Boomich. He's been everywhere. He's been starting sometimes in the middle, mostly on the A-bomb side. This time he's back at B, just making it very hard for G2 to guess exactly what's coming next. A shot rings through the smoke, but there is no one to receive it on the other side. 1 minute and 10 seconds here.
Yeah,
Nexa's just holding this.
Trying to bleed out Cloud9 here. With the minute on the clock of 4 on 4, it's very uncomfortable for the CT side. Trying to expend the remainder of their utility. You can see Cloud9 holding on to their smokes. They're being very disciplined here. Execution coming forward. Like we said, though, still grenades available here. Incendiary smokes and a boost for Boomich. It's a great call, Anders. We'll see if he can fend them off.
Just needs that one flick. It's a leg shot on Nico. It's not the same as a kill quite, so... Oh, they spam him through. The grenade didn't even need to touch him. That's remarkable. Axel will get one in return. It's Hooksy going down. Reveals himself coming up the river. He's going to grenade his way through.
way!
So bold! Axel, he needs more bullets to continue the war here. But he should have had it then. Hunter's gone down to the hands of Perfecto instead, and Nico, there's no bomb plant happening. He's already low from earlier, getting legged by Boomich. That's a very good retake. Axel is a furious force on this one. I can't believe it. He's back a little bit. I mean, he's been missing for a really long time.
Yeah, I'm loving these Axel contributions, a real force of nature. Just so aggressive, willing to take every single fight. He knew he had to take matters into his own hands there. He was smoked out towards dark. His options, what, wait 15 seconds and then come through when his teammates are getting dropped off? No, he's going to nade through the smoke, swing, and get himself 2.5 kills as we go 6 and 4 here. Money still absolutely fine for G2, but Cloud9, there it is, the magic number 4. That's the minimum we said they needed here. Managing to pick that up. It's round number 11. Can they find one more? If they win this round, the money will be completely broken. There's a chance of a 6-6, which will be a tremendous effort on the CT side of Anubis. Hooksy once again, already at the mouth of Dark, and it's m0NESY who will be tested here. Nails the shot though. Will he detect the second player in the form of Electronic? Apparently not. Lovely double spray down and maintaining the man advantage as he's looking for a third now as well. 95 damage inflicted. Not going to be enough as Nico will answer back. 3 versus 3, and a reset of the round is called.
There's been some labored sprays out of Nico. It hasn't been just as crisp as we sometimes see. And Electronic, I mean, apart from getting the double kill and nearly the triple, look at what he's doing now, just like Axel's been doing, opening up that A-bomb site and closing the map for G2. I think it's going to be a free kill. Hooksy, ooh, okay, he could have probably pulled the trigger then, but at least he knows they're going to be walking through the middle. He can call in his teammates from the B-bomb site.
Okay, he's essentially alone though. Does he want to be challenging? Away for his teammates, Electronic with a lot to do. Holding towards A main, bomb planted. Remaining disciplined here, wants to wait for the cavalry to arrive. Not the best control of the spray though. Nico will pull one back, but no one's looking at Cameranders. Perfecto will maintain the 2-on-2. Hooksy low, this is down to Hunter.
Yeah, they have an Ichi as well. It's going to be up to Hunter. You're absolutely right. He'll find the first one. Needs the headshot here against Hobbit on the other side. Plenty of health on him. He's making the walk around, looking to see if he can shoot Hunter in the back. It couldn't have been better. He's outplayed him.
Really has.
He's going to be able to find that bomb defuse, no issue. Oh, there's so much I hate about that 3-on-3. The thing that I hate the most is that Electronic actually had a flashbang to set up. He could have set up his... Now, they win it anyway, but he actually could have flashed his teammates in. He didn't have to take that fight early.
I guess he felt like he was in a strong position. He knows he's done significant damage to one player already. Couldn't quite maintain the control of the spray. And to be fair, he'd already done his effort there in the round. He got a double kill and got them into the round. But Perfecto, great effort, brought it back to the 1v1. And Hobbit, well played. Outmaneuvers Hunter, no question. And like we said, if they win this round, they've actually in a real nice position to pick up a 6-6 potential scoreline here. The money should be pretty questionable, and indeed that's reflected. Left-hand side of your screens, Galil's, Tech9's, a Deagle for Nexa. This has to be a pocket strat. You can see it's going to be a fast A play. Molotov's flashes going in. Boomich to defend. Nails the first shot and the second as he tries to retreat now.
Could have been any better. There's so much pressure. Oh, he gets that one. Unbelievable. A flick onto Nico, and now he's going back inside of the smoke. He is such an elusive player. They're boosted on top of each other here. Inside of the smoke with Nexa. He cannot win this round any longer. Trying to see if he can sneak through, but Perfecto will find them. They tie up the game 6-6 at the hands of Boomich on that triple at the end of the half.
Say what you will about Boomich, but the kid can AWP. Time and time again, tested and delivering the goods. Another sublime A-hold. 3 kills found, and it's going to be 6-6, a magnificent resurgence after being down 4-0, Anders. They managed to hold it together.
It's so bizarre because he made his name and his brand is really tied to the idea of the sort of jumping and running Mac 10 plays. So the other side of that, to step into the role of AWPing, is just... It's hard to imagine that it can work, but you see some of these rounds and you say, all right, you know what? That's what you need.
Well, this is G2 starting to shrink. Not looking as confident as they once were. We've got Julie's in hand of m0NESY here. He's currently got 6 kills. Not really lighting up the scoreboard as you might expect. It's Hooksy at the top with Nexa. Those are the 2 names you don't want near the top of the scoreboard, Anders. Like, Nico's been notably quiet. We've seen it on his POV. A few missed shots and sprays. Not looking his usual self. Very important pistol here. Hooksy now on the CT side. They've got a cache of utility waiting for them outside B. Cloud9, the momentum's on their side of the server right here. It's Electronic Trying to get a bit of intel, and Hooksy gets a lot more than that. A face full of lead towards that dark room. Catches him down to 20 points of health.
It's not as stacked as what Cloud9 were doing on the CT side, but it's a similar kind of concept here with 3 people in the middle. You could see Hunter's got a flashbang just cocked and ready to go. If anything happens, he's going to be able to throw that on over. So they have a couple of ideas here. And again, they're going to be mobile. They're going to be able to rotate to any bomb site that gets hit. But we already saw how that can backfire when Cloud9 tried to do it because they just couldn't rotate quick enough to the B bomb site. That's also because they did all go to the A bomb site. Oh, okay.
Axel spotted this. They're going to be ready for it, Anders. Nico thinks he's got the backstab in a prime position, but anything but. They know 2 players have crossed over. It's going to be Monacy painted into a corner here. They're just going to let him sit there in middle, isolated from the fight. Kind of a lucky frag there from Hooksy. Will take it, though, as he gets a headshot through the smoke. Bomb planted by Boomage. Now Hunter, he's left. The last line of defense, and my God, what a shot that is. Is there anything left to be said in this 3-on-3?
He had absolutely no business getting that kill. Electronic will get him down, but Hunter, he's on one right now. Another headshot in this round could be recovered still, and he will pick it up. Hunter, absolutely beastly performance in this round. It leaves Axel alone, but he's close range now. Even has the audacity to pull out the burst fire and takes down next to the end.
You
My
don't
God.
see many of those. Even attempted the Glock burst fire, notoriously woeful, but he makes it work there. And I have to say, G2 had no business even being in that round. Hooksy got like a very fortunate kill through the smoke, and then don't take anything away from Hunter. Like, that was amazingly well played. Cracking shots, but he doesn't even that. Wasn't even nearly enough as we get into a 1 versus 1. They didn't even try and defuse the bomb there, but it is going to be Cloud9 picking up the all-important pistol. Should be the force buy, I'd imagine, considering it comes down to the 1v1. They get some extra money by virtue of kills. Electronic, fast mid-control though. Grenades deployed. Nico doesn't see this coming whatsoever, but there's another player, and that's going to be Monacy, taken down early. This force buy is not doing a lot for them, I'm afraid. Hooksy will be going down as well. 5-on-2, make it 1 as Hunter blinkety missed it. The round's over.
This is getting really sketchy right now. For G2, from some really hot games that they've had, you've got to say, if they end up in the 1-2 bracket instead, with fighting to stay alive in the tournament, that's a bit different from the way that they've been playing otherwise. But Cloud9, slow to start, but very consistent now that they're here. With Axel and Electronic, some of the lost players on this squad. I mean, last year for Axel it's a year where most of us were trying to convince any newcomers to the game to say, it's actually a lot better than this.
He is actually pretty good.
Yeah,
we promise you. He can play Counter-Strike.
Like top 5 rifler in the world at one point. Like, you gotta believe us.
I'm believing today. Axel has looked fantastic at times. Very aggressive, very assertive, I think would be a nice way of describing him. And this run is no different. That's a force buy from G2. You've got nothing done. You've barely made a dent on the Cloud9 armor. Hunter knows it as well. This one is starting to fall apart. They were 4-0 up. The individual form is just not there. Like, it's still Nexa and Hunter on 9 frags, and Hooksy's top fragging with 10. Like, where is Monacy? Where is Nico? Need to start finding some success here. Hunter will have the MP9, but that's all they really have to work with. It's 8-6, very likely to be converted to 9 in the next 30 seconds or so. Hooksy's going to be dropped before he even really has a chance to get stuck into the round. Surrounded here, and that's already a confirmed victory because it's a wide open B-bomb site.
I do think that if Monacy could pick up that AWP really early on, it could have a huge difference, or a huge impact on the game. But the question is, can he find the right position to be in? Or are Cloud9 going to be able to turn it around? They're losing a lot more players than they should, but they're not going to win the round. They don't have the kit right. So
and the Molotov
such a long, Molotov shot down. Some great kills, make it a bit more expensive. Steal the Galil. I mean, that's even worth saving into the next one. But the bomb is so far ticked already. Still, they're trying to make it maximally expensive here. Axel will clean up the rest.
I mean, they did a good job.
Yeah.
Not too bad there. They managed to get a kill with the MP9. 3 in total. We'll take it. It's going to be a G2 timeout. Yeah, starting to shrink again. Not looking at their usual selves. Where is that killer instinct? Where are the superstar players?
That's what you got to be wondering right here. This is a huge issue for them. Taz,
He's got to find it.
Enjoy the time. Yeah, if anyone could, I mean, he's a very large personality. Surely he can find a way to revitalize this team. They need it.
He's trying to rile them up. Get them on board here because this is the best looking round we've seen in some time from G2, and it was just with the MP9 and pistols that were near winning it. But the gun rounds begin here. All for m0NESY. Couple of concessions to be made, but overall a pretty decent buy. They've got the fuse kits. Players have our helmets, not a huge deal. I guess there's a couple of glows in the mix, but we'll see what round number 16 has in store for us. When we see some assertion from m0NESY, start dictating the pace of play. Goes towards A main here, flashes towards middle. Cloud9 are setting themselves up for an early B execution now. We've got 4 players outside this area of the map. Electronic slowly but surely making his way towards dark, so expect smokes towards left and right of the bomb side, Molotov and Temple, and a flash over, and in we go.
Yeah, if they can finish this before m0NESY even gets here, that's a huge bonus, and just looking good right now. Hunter's down, HooXi's gonna get traded, sitting inside of the flames, and nexa trying to short, but the rest of his team is pretty much dead now. They're walking in one by one. They're gonna have to walk away. Cloud9 are doing this.
I was gonna say, if Nico goes to that swing and the round's already over, like, that could be GG. He needs to save his weapon.
But I mean, it was very, very decisive commitment from Cloud9 that made it very hard for G2 to set up any scenarios where they could revenge any kills. They just die one by one. There's no one that can trade a kill or swing for each other. You could see Hunter died alone in dark. HooXi was sitting in the flames. Nexa showed up when they were all dead. There's no trade potential.
Certainly not. This has been pretty underwhelming showing from G2 thus far. Remember that 4-0 start? It was looking good. They had the wind in their sails.
I faintly remember it, Henry.
But since then, it's been nothing but one-way traffic in favor of Cloud9, and m0NESY goes down. That is a monumental kill. And the context of this best of one, you will not have the crutch of the AWP going forward now. He can win rounds single-handedly, even if you're on eco.
Yep.
A m0NESY orb surrounded by USPs is enough to take a round, but now that's been removed. Nico will save his M4, but they are looking at dire straits right now. Running out of time and indeed space. Daxo, like, just open bomb site. No response. The crossfires collapse. And they're going to have to take a partial buy around the M4. Hope for the best here. They need a miracle. So it's 2 Deagles, 2 MP9s. And Eco M4 is still on 6 frags. He cannot get going here. HooXi still top fragger. And we're going to see Perfecto challenging Nico. He takes a boatload of damage. Surrounded by the river of flames. And a contact play with the bombanders in toward this A bomb site is nexa, who has 0 utility, just the SMG.
This is the perfect play for this
he's been baited in somewhat though. He can do something with this, at least a kill.
Yeah, one shouldn't be getting more, but he will. Boomich goes down, nexa. More bullets and he had the kill.
Here we go.
Pull out the pistol instead. What a defense from nexa. Holding on to the site. Spree is so good. He lands 2 more headshots after the first, makes it a triple, and leaves Hunter alone to fend for his team. This is everything. G2 needed a miracle, and nexa nearly gave it to them.
It could be enough. There's a 2-on-1 situation. Perfecto and Electronic tantalizingly low. They know this could be problematic. All he has to do is segregate the fight, bring it down to a 1 versus 1. The bomb, of course, not planted yet. They're trying to suggest they're going elsewhere, but now he knows it's an A-side finish. A bomb to be planted. Perfecto with the orb towards A main. He should be able to find his first kill. I would say no problem. There it is. Well, and now it comes down to the defuse.
It is the orb on the other side. One mistake and you're dead. Gonna tap it once.
He's got this.
He's looking right. Oh, but Perfecto's reading it so well. He walks away from the grenade even. Imagine if he just stuck around. And the grenade also did bounce the wrong way. But he knows Perfecto. This is what experience means. He's outplaying him on time. He knows he doesn't have the kit. And Hunter, you can see it on his face. He already knows he's lost the round. Perfecto didn't have to fire a single bullet to win this one. That is sick.
So well played. Perfecto holds his nerve in a pretty technical 1v1 there. Considering he's on 1 HP, the MP9's closing the gap. And you're right, he knows he hasn't got that defuse kit. Hunter did everything he could. It's not quite enough there. And nexa, he'll be so riled up. The fact he gets this amazing sequence, Anders, the fact he even gets the second kill on the AWP as well, finds a third somehow with the P2000. You would think it's enough, but Electronic, he starts going supersonic with that M4A4, mowing them down, bringing the round back to life. And Hunter, so gutted he can't close it out. It's 11-6, but that was the partial buy, I suppose. Money still available. Monacy back on the AWP. Last chance to loom for G2 as we head into round number 18. Need to start finding some form here.
The proof of how disgusting that play was from Perfecto is the fact that he moved away from the grenade, that he just knew it was coming. What jump, that's scary. But Boomic not able to hit the shot this time. G2, they have been disappeared from the map. Cloud9 driving off with this game at the moment. Electronic with a vintage performance. 20 kills on him, Henry. What on earth?
Yeah,
Des talked about it before, and they were bringing it up. Look at the stats. It wasn't looking good at all. This is something
back,
else.
Baby. So, Nico spotted towards middle. Boomic doesn't want anything to do with it. Drops down towards Darkroom, which actually is
so
wide
wild.
open.
What is he doing? He's alone here. He's clearing Dark with an AWP, just running for it. Nexa again. This time upgraded the weapon a little bit. Nice shot for Monacy to help out, and a Molotov to put some pressure on, but they still crack it open. They're so patient, Cloud9. They wait for it, and G2 step into the shots.
Okay, they have got a kit, but in terms of retake utility, it's 2 HEs and a single flashbang. Every single player of G2 coming in from the beach position, and Boomic is ready, but he can't nail the shot. Electronic thrust into the clutch. Can he win? A 1 versus 3. Good effort on the initial spray, but all with G2 finally breaking the streak here, posting their first round in some time. It goes 11-7. They needed that. A desperate round falls in their favor. Nico still has time to come online here on Anubis. It's the best of one. They need him to step up here. Good retake at the A site. Everyone coming through that beach position. Electronic didn't stand a chance. So is there anything left to be said about Anubis here? They'll recover the AWP for Monacy. It's going to be a Cloud9 timeout. Good job from nexa. He's looking solid on this A side of the map. He's doing his job. He's delaying them, staying alive as long as possible, at least finding a kill and making these rounds and these retakes possible.
You want that energy for nexa to spread into the rest of the team. That should inspire a couple of people, maybe especially Monacy and Nico right now, to say, all right, you know what? Nexa is doing everything they can at the A-bomb side. Let's make sure it's not for nothing here. A timeout called. Let's see what Boomic can come up with. What kind of trickery he's into. I think him pushing around that dark room alone with the AWP is... Again, normally he'd play with the MAC-10, and that would be fine. You say, all right, that makes sense, like he's alone. With the AWP, that's a massive risk, but it says something about the kind of player that he is. It's definitely not boring to watch. Round number 19 is here. Hobbit's also had a bit of a strange game, but his team is winning, so it doesn't feel like it warrants the same kind of criticism. Although it would be fun to see him pick up a couple of more here. He's at 5 at the moment.
Oh, that new smoke that lands deep in Darkroom. Quite annoying to deal with. We've got a boost elsewhere, top and middle. And this is a very important round, it goes without saying. G2 give this one up. Map point, money will be busted. Nico the challenge. 8 kills now, starting to come to life on this CT side. Drops a defensive smoke. They might be enough to dissuade Cloud9. They'll have to reevaluate their approach, at least for the next 15 seconds here.
Yeah, they did almost tip their hand a little bit. A lot of players spotted in the middle. But you don't always just want to power on through. They will try and put a little bit of pressure on anyway. Deep Molotov landing towards the double doors there in middle. Will push Nico even further back. Otherwise, it's a fairly straightforward defense here. 2 at A, 2 at B, Nico in the middle. It looks like it's going to be another pincer movement towards the B bomb site where they've been very efficient, I would say, Cloud9, at breaking open those crossfires.
We've got Hunter and Hooksy here. Looking to defend, nice incendiary. Should buy some time, allows them to focus their efforts now towards B main. Exactly what Hunter's going to do, but he's receiving a little bit of pressure himself. Minimal damage taken from the Molotov. 20 seconds remaining, Cloud9 have to commit.
It's another Molotov, but a headshot. Hunter He's swiftly dispatched off, and now the backup is here. Huxley starting to get the spray down. Nico finding himself once again. Can't quite take care of Hobbit, but it should have been enough here. 10 seconds for a 1 versus 2. If they rush him down, I don't think there's much Hobbit could do about it. But that smoke is holding them back a little bit. Hobbit with a chance to shine right here. Almost gets the headshot, but Nexa's crouching into it. G2, they keep the dream alive a little while longer, up to 8 now.
Yeah, solid B hold there from Hunter and Huxley. Like we said, that incendiary to segregate the assault. Managing to focus their efforts and get a double kill for Huxley, especially pushing them out of the dark room. And then as long as Hunter got a single frag, it was absolutely fine. As bomb gets planted, it does mean there's another nice strong buy. Huxley getting it done for the Flames as well. So yeah, Cloud9 will be happy the C4 goes down there. 1 away from match point. Maybe if Hobbit had a bit more HP, could have won that. One was aware of where both players are coming from, but only had 25 points of health. Another gun round here. Cloud9 will be operating with the Boomich, Mac 10. 4 players once more outside B main. Good Molotov to dissuade Hunter from the push. Speaking of which, we've got a 3-man lean from G2 here. All on the platform for now.
Oof. That was a funky Molotov. It hit something on the ground and bounced back. Not making a big difference this time. Leg shot onto Boomich, but he still lands the kill on Oaksy.
That's
How was it
wild.
possible? Only Hunter left in the bomb site. The rest have been wiped out already. It's a good kill. He needed the double though. And Nico there just in time. If he was a second later, I think Electronic is out of there. But that's a long-range battle, and Nico comes out on top. Hobbit once again in a 1 versus 2, but this time with a lot more time and a lot more health.
Yeah, he's got health. He's got time and space to work with here.
He's got the experience.
CTs working in tandem. This time Nico and Nexa given the task to deal with the Hobbit 2v1 scenario. He's going to slowly but surely make his way over towards the A site. We can get a nice open plant down. Makes things incredibly difficult, but even if they spot canals, he's already passed. So it's going to be a long rotation, Anders. So in he goes.
It's been a tough game for him, but remember, he's himself a major champion. He's got so many years of experience playing. Do not underestimate him, even if he's just 6 kills here. He's made the right call. If he commits to the bomb plant right away, he might even have time to find a little bit of an after-plant position, but he wants to clear it out. Now he's going to go for it. They're quite far away. If they are a little bit disorganized here, they might have a couple of one-on-one battles here for Hobbit.
Oh, it's tense. This is for series point in this best of 1. Look at the utility, though. The CTs shouldn't lose his Anders. They've got incendiary smokes, flashes. I can't see a world where they give this one up. I'll be honest.
They shouldn't. Molotov pushes them away from one angle. They've got the smokes. They've got everything they need right now. There's the peak. My God, what a shot. He has to be quick with it. Hobbit, and he can't quite find it. The defuse happened already inside of the smoke. It's great work and great patience from G2.
Yeah, like I said, as soon as that incendiary goes down, smoke on the bomb, he can't even swing to challenge the defuse there. So nice shot on the first player towards Fountain, but ultimately never really had a chance of winning the round. Perfectly played by G2. And Hobbit gets the plant down, but now starting to lose their grip. 11-9. Unable to post that elusive map points here. Gotta be going in for another fast play, but looks at things here. We've got 4 in towards middle. The Mac 10s are out, and it's Perfecto to lead the charge. Can he open things up once again? It's gonna be the incendiary down. Nico's expecting this. He's anticipating a fast play. Does chip damage with the grenade. Should get the first kill, no problem, but it's traded out by Boomich. Nexa flashed off. Huxley taken down. They're gonna try and find Nexa here. Could this be the knockout punch they've been looking for to alleviate a ton of pressure? Find themselves map point, and it all starts with a 3 versus 2 in their favor. Hobbit is low, and Hunter, he's towards A main.
This grenade, he's going to throw it short just to look. If he'd thrown it a little bit deeper, could have done some real damage to Electronic. Grenade on top, but Electronic finds the headshot. Hunter out of the round, and Monacy knows he's already walking away.
Money's low, bro.
They don't have the cash. That AWP is so valuable.
Yep.
I can't believe they traded their way through. Listen, here's something else. You're absolutely right. Nico, he saw what was coming.
Yep.
He positioned himself out in the open, expecting the jump. And I've got to be honest, that's Nico playing to what he normally would have done. I think normally he wins that fight. It's not a big deal. He's just going to be able to take 2 kills, no issue. But this time you can tell there's something off. He's shown up to this game not feeling 100%. And it's costing them quite a bit right now.
Well, they might need a tactical timeout here. Lost bonus is going to be in a questionable spot. They saved the Monacy AWP we mentioned before, Anders. Saving that weapon is enough to win you rounds, but it's going to have to go above and beyond here to save the day. I need 3 rounds in a row to take us to overtime. Certainly possible by G2 standards, but it feels like Cloud9 have got some open runway here to close it out. Taz, what have you got for us? What can you possibly say? You're going to have to scrape together a pretty weak buy. m0NESY will have to take matters into his own hands here. He really will have to dictate the play on the server in the following round. He needs an opening pick. He needs to have high levels of impact.
The issue is, especially with the style that Cloud9 have employed in some of these rounds, where they are jumping through with Mac 10s and just flashing their way into the chaos, that's about the worst you can get if you're trying to AWP your way through a round. No head armor on anybody on that side. It's 1 M4 in play there on Hobbit. It could be a little bit of a difference maker, but other than that, Cloud9 are filthy rich. They're going to be fine with it. They have all the cash that they could possibly want here. You said G2, they need 3. I think this game deserves overtime. I want to see G2 try and make it back, but it's not going to be in this round. Oh my god! Boom, bitch, get out the way. It's 3 versus 5. They have absolutely locked it out. It's Big Boom on the AK. He can do everything. Mac 10, AK, and AWP.
Everyone take a deep breath. The job is not complete just yet. 5 on 3, sure, but you haven't taken down m0NESY. He can still turn the tide of battle. Plenty of time, and m0NESY just gets 1 clean pick on Axel. The round's back on, and it's coming. Oh, he's missed it. Okay, that's a pretty significant miss. They can just hightail it over towards the B side of the map now. And it's going to be who defending. Nexa with an MP9 up against 4 players. The smoke's somewhat working in his favor. It's a pretty common position. We need multiple kills here, Anders. I think we're done here. m0NESY would need a spectacular sequence of events. They're throwing the kitchen sink in his direction. The Famous can't hold on. m0NESY with 30 points of health, 3 versus 1. It's not going to happen as the bomb's planted. He's got some unbelievable clutches on this map before. This one would be a career best if he can pull it off. Let's see what he's got.
They smoked him off. They already know that he's not going to be coming from that direction. Now they just have to wait. It's on him to move forward. And as soon as he fires that gun, they're going to swing him every single player. He doesn't even get a chance. Boomich with the last one. And Cloud9 with a big upset win here against G2.
It was such a great start for G2 there, Anders. They came in swinging. A 4-0. They looked like they had everything going in their favor, but slowly but surely, Boomich and co came to life. And there's only one man for the job to break this all down.